Hello and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing and also giving kind of tips and pointers on how to take care of your succulents or your plants indoors versus outdoors. So if that is of any interest to you, then go ahead and keep watching. While succulents do not need a lot to thrive and they don't need a lot of attention, there are still some basic care tips and tricks on to make sure that they do thrive and that they are exceeding their full potential. One of the tips on how to successfully grow succulents indoors is not to overwater, but knowing the fine line between how much watering is too much and how much is too little. And my recommendation on that is to water the succulents, or your succulents, or whatever you want, but is to water them once a month inside, because they will not be getting the same amount of sunlight, the same amount of heat or anything of that sort of nature that would be typically be outside, but you're having them inside. Another tip and pointer is to put them near a window. Put them near a window so they can get the maximum sunlight that they need. That is another big thing too. And one way on how to identify your succulent needs water is the wrinkling of the leaves. It being kind of rubbery type feeling, but typically the first sign that it's being underwatered, and that it needs water, is that the leaves will be wrinkly and you'll see like the little veins in between and stuff like that. And signs that you are overwatering your succulents indoors is your leaves will be squishy, they will be droopy, they might even turn black or really dark green. That is a big sign to watch out that you are overwatering your succulents. And also another thing to keep in mind is to assess your succulents. I know this sounds crazy, but to assess the succulents, see how they're doing, check on them, not daily, but often enough, maybe once a month when you water them, to check for any mealybugs, any aphids, or any pests on the succulents, because that will damage your succulents. And if you have more succulents in that arrangement or anywhere in the house, it could spread to your other plants or to your other succulents. So just keep that in mind. And the one trick that I found to watering your succulents indoors is to use a mister, or to sprinkle water with like your hand. Sprinkle water over the pot. It doesn't need to be a lot of water, just because you're not outside, it's not getting the amount of sunlight or the amount of heat that an outdoor succulent would. But I would water it maybe once a month with the mister, or if you want to water it a little bit more with your hand and sprinkle water on it, whatever floats your boat. But I typically run the sink water really low, and I water them a little bit, but not overwatering. And that is it for today's video. Hopefully this helps, and this gives you a little bit more guidance on how to grow your succulents indoors. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to them as soon as possible. Anyways, and see you guys on the next video.